Okay, so I'm just making a purchase here on GoDaddy, and when you get to your cart, there's a lot of items you could get, but I recommend you pretty much just whittle it all down to just that first year of getting the domain registered, and that's really what I'm doing today. There's a lot of other things they're going to sell you, of course, and I'm sure they're all good. Some of them I pick up later on, um, but that's up to you. But that is kind of um, what I usually do. So from here, I would just move on and buy this. Okay, now we're back in our cPanel. This is when you buy a domain with GoDaddy, you do have to go through the process of also getting hosting. So you're going to need number one, a domain name, and then number two, you're going to need hosting of that domain name. And they've kind of changed their look, and I decided it was the first time I've seen their new look and how they're doing this with now. So I actually had to talk to an account person, and that's one of the reasons I like GoDaddy is it's so easy to get a hold of somebody if you have to, and just ask them questions. Just hit the help, and then there's a live chat. I mean, where else are you going to go to a world class hosting website hosting business hosting site and be able to chat with somebody online right away? Um, I've spent weeks on other companies trying to get any information out of anyone, and by then your excitement's down and it's not as fun. So if you have any problems, just click this help button, and you can always do a live chat with somebody is what I recommend, because they usually will that usually will happen. And if they're behind, they'll give you a timer as far as 15 minutes. They'll be ready or whatever. Okay, so regardless, I'm kind of a cheapie. I like to do it all myself, but I also want to show you. So you can have them do all this for you and skip this part. Here's what I'll tell you. Um, if you've done it before, then go ahead and do what I'm doing. But if you've never bought a domain before on GoDaddy or anywhere else and you've never got hosting, um, you might want to just chat someone live and just ask them what to do next because it looks really confusing or whatever you want to tell them. And they'll just walk you through the entire process. Okay, but if you're at all familiar with websites, I'm assuming a number of you would be. Here's what you do. So now I got my hosting. I got just the cheapest hosting I could get. Now this is another domain I was also looking at getting, and I thought I'd just use that for this particular video training. Go down in your cPanel, where I'm at right now, and here's web applications. And now that you've got your website, I do WordPress for almost all my websites, so I recommend that if that's what you're doing. So you just click on that, and some of this stuff is new. I'm just going to read WordPress open source blog application. Now I always get nervous. I always want to make sure it's WordPress.org because WordPress.com is not the same thing. Um, and I guess I got to go all the way down here. I'm assuming this will be the .org. Hey, but if not, we can figure this out together right here on this training. This is live as we go. I'm not trying to make this flashy or anything like that. So I'm going to believe the thing that threw me off is a lot of times the blue word WordPress means the .com, and we don't want the .com, the free one. We want the .org. Okay, so install this application. I think we're going to be good. And actually, it does kind of show here that it'll look like this on your new website. That's an overview. What's new? Here you go, .org. So we're on the right one. Live demo. That means you can have this particular website if you want to see what it would look like. Showcase some other options you could have. These are different websites powered by WordPress. Just to show you what it can do. It's not going to look like this right away. That's just some really cool websites out there that use WordPress. Okay, well, enough of all that. We know that we're at the right place. Let's just install it. So install this application. Boom. Okay, directory. I don't normally have to choose the directory. we should be okay with what it's got. So we're just going to keep on going, accept the license. Okay, username and password, you could put yours. Now, guys, this is something I can't really show you, but you really want to be careful with this stuff. You don't want people stealing your username and your password. I'm just going to leave this right now for our thing. And when I click off, I'm going to change it so nobody ever will be able to break into my WordPress, because this is one of the most dangerous things online you can have done. Is someone can sneak in and they can break in and figure out your username or create a different one that makes it seem like it was you that created it and a password, and steal your website from you. Doesn't that sound fun? There are, by the way, a number of things you can do to make it all safe. But so we're probably going to stop here, and I'll come back, and I'm going to put in a different username, password, and then we'll hit install down here. All right. All right, everyone. Now you can see that I got my information that I needed into WordPress, and now WordPress kind of sent me over to my new domain. We're getting real close. This really isn't taking that long. Does it look hard to you guys? I know we got a ways to go. So now, if you're used to using WordPress like I am, I wouldn't need to do the Start Wizard, but I thought maybe it'd be helpful for you to know at least there is one. Not sure if that's something I need to do right now, but we could just go through the journey if you want. So let's do that. Start Wizard. So is this going to be a blog, website and blog? I would say online store. I would just say website and blog. Unless you're gonna, that's all you're gonna do. You know, I don't know that it's that important. So we do. Let's see. Education, I guess, would be one thing. I wouldn't say business finance. I mean, maybe, but you know, you have to decide what is your particular niche. Again, if I was doing the car niche, I suppose I could hit the automotive, but I really don't want to. On the other hand, I'm really doing just a fan page, and then the website would be supporting that. I don't know that I want to get into like selling cars. Does that make sense? So you just it's like dogs. If you have a dog fan page and you're wanting a website that correlates to that, you could use pets animals, sure. So it doesn't necessarily matter, other than they're going to throw us some different options here to look at. So I guess I'm going to go with, we'll just try that. Okay, and I got, this is for the title of this particular site, but I could have put, you know, Muscle Car Heaven if I was to buy that domain. Okay, now I'll change this tagline later. You can take it, you can change it anytime. I don't have anything in mind at the moment, although I could come up with something, but we'll just move on. All right, and again, I probably won't put this in for the sake of our I could, but I think I'll just wait on this and come back to that. Choose a theme. Look at this, guys. You say you don't want to make a blog, it takes forever. You know, can I make a confession? I think my first or second blog I made ever, I tried to do something just because somebody recommended, and it was with a really difficult theme, and I tried it the better part of a year. I'm embarrassed to say, when I first started out. So I've come a long way since then. But, you know, it was so unneeded. All I had to do is just grab anything to start out. Let's just do Stout. It's the first one. Now you can preview it, or you can, okay, so now they're giving you a preview of what, look at this. I can have this as our little menu up top. Choose a stylish header image. Yeah, that looks not too bad. Let's just stay with that. Preview different website designs using the left and right arrows. Okay, let's look at some different ones. Okay, that's kind of cool, guys. Not bad. Pretty nice. So it's all just kind of a, I like that one too. That one I really like. What do you guys think? Let's just say we go with this. Again, the nice thing about this, and I'll show you, you can change these all the time, your theme, if you want. When you find a design you like, click select. All right, well, we're thinking we like this, so select. How long has this taken me so far, guys? Now you can have a blog up and running, okay, and it's already got a preset design. You don't have to mess with all that stuff going in there and putting in all these. Now you're going to need to change out some pictures and things like that. So don't get me wrong, there are things that it's not finished, but it's up and running. And in many cases, for the purpose of Facebook authority, and when we get into what's called the triple play and a few more modules, it's not gonna matter that much. But you do want a site that is complete, and you can always work on it here and there a little bit. Okay, it's just installing. It says don't refresh the page, so leave it. When circles are spinning, it usually means be patient. Update your site content layer. Okay, so now this is set, and every place where there's a little pencil, of course, is something you can edit. And again, for the moment, we're not going to worry about it. Click that thing to do that. Tutorial. You can actually watch this video to view a quick demonstration of how to customize your site with Customizer. We'll let you do that later, but that's a cool thing. So very cool. Site identity. Just some of the main things we put in there. You can add a logo right there. Layout. Fixed or fluid. Colors. You can change the colors of a header, menu, content, footer. Crazy. Background image. You could add a different one in there. Okay, now this header is giant. I'm not sure this is actually ultimately what I would want. It's just something we're going with. But this active theme is here, but I could switch it out if I thought, this just isn't going to work. But for right now, we've got ourselves a website up. Homepage settings, static page. The post will go to what the blog says. So what does this look like? Services. Now, by the way, so if you kind of like it, basically, it is published, and I'll show you something. So when you're into WordPress, it's this. It looks like this. It has a left side column that's got these tabs. And it's usually in this format, WordPress, any WordPress site. Usually you have the dashboard on top, got the name of your website right here. You can even visit the site anytime you want. Okay, you've got posts for all your blog posts if you want to do that. Media, that's pictures and stuff. Pages, you'll be making pages, although again, it's giving you several. Appearance, you can actually go in and change all the menus, and you could even add menus in some cases. Okay, there's a lot of settings that you can play with, and you're going to have to go in there and choose these different things. Okay, but so some really good tools to get you going. Let's just see for fun what it looks like at the moment. There it is. Okay, so that's for those of you that used to take that long. I think we did this in 15 minutes. So in 15 minutes, we've got a blog up. Granted, it needs to have some words changed and things like that, but it's a start, right? And, about us. Talks about your philosophy, your approach, services, frequently asked questions, what's your return policy, etc. All right, guys. So that pumps me up. Now, when we talk about what we're going to do with these blogs, we're going to arrange it so that you really get a lot of subscribers and buyers. And this one is not set up in a way that would get you a lot of subscribers and buyers. But again, we just set it up for fun. But in the next few modules, we'll go into taking something that you got and then just tweaking it a little bit. Okay? All right. So with that, we'll see you in the next module.